So ever since I became a freshman in high school, I started to have big dreams of becoming financially successful and independent, but I wasn't sure exactly how I'd get there. So over the years, I began looking into different ways and how I could get wealthy. Most of these were telling me to get rich quick, maybe take 3 months to get wealthy. Well, I'm going to tell you guys that's simply not the case anymore, and it simply wasn't the case. So here is how I actually plan on getting wealthy in the long term, and this could apply to you as well. You can take some of the things that I've analyzed over 4 years of trying to figure out how to become wealthy. I have a sound plan that is actually realistic that will allow me to become wealthy by I am 30 years old. So I'm going to pull up my Google Doc with you guys and kind of just talk over this simple idea. This isn't going to be a long video. I'm simply just going to show you guys my plan, literally my exact plan on how I'm going to become wealthy. And it doesn't involve dropshipping, it doesn't involve SMMA, it doesn't involve any of these things. These things do work, but they're not going to work how these guys are telling you. They're not going to take 3 months. These things take like 5 years. But I have constantly been led down a path of believing that I can get rich in 3 months when that's simply not the case. So I finally was able to cut, the BS and say, hey, I'm 18 now. I got to start thinking more maturely and wisely. And this is exactly my plan now. So I want to share this video with you guys because I want you to see that my plan doesn't involve me doing drop shipping for 4 months to get, hundreds of thousands of dollars, because that's simply not going to be reality. Okay. I want to put you guys on a path and myself on a path where we can actually get wealthy long term, because the high net worth people are going to tell you different things. Okay. They're going to tell you, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z. And that's what I'm going to share with you guys today.
All right, so here we are in my Google Doc. Lovely, right? And here is going to be my plan to become wealthy by 30. You can see that right there. I'm going to be sharing with you guys. This is literally what I'm going to be using to get to where I'm at. And I just wanted to go over something because you can see my plan to become wealthy by 30, and it's going to involve things that are going to take a long time. Like I've said, you're not going to get rich with this get rich quick stuff. You're not going to get rich in 3 months. If you want to do dropshipping, you're going to be successful in 5 years, 3 to 5 years, right? It's not going to take you 3 months. Now, I don't plan on doing dropshipping, but there's going to be people selling you stuff in order for their personal brand to make money, in order for them to make money off of courses, in order for them to make money off of Discord memberships, which isn't bad, but they're selling you ideas, which is bad, of becoming wealthy in 3 years. And it's just not going to work, right? So this is going to be my solid plan. I've spent 5 years pretty much at this point going over different ways on how to become wealthy, researching, reading books, right? Listening to people who have become wealthy. And I've figured out it's like the only way to become wealthy is to invest in the long term. So this is my plan that will allow me to invest in the long term and become wealthy and reach the goals I have set. One more thing before I get into this, you have to understand that my goals or my plan isn't going to be the same as yours, right? Both of those things, my goals or my plan. Let's say your goal is to make 10K a month, and that will allow you to be financially free. Your goals aren't going to look like mine. Let's say your plan is to make 100K a month, a million a month, whatever it is, your plan is going to differ from mine. Okay, because we all have different goals and we all have, a different plan what we would feel comfortable with making. Maybe you're comfortable with 5K even, whatever it is, you want to identify that and say, okay, if I'm comfortable with making 10K a month, what do I have to do in order to ensure that I'm going to be making 10K a month? You have to figure those things out, because if you can, this will allow you to make a solid plan, because without those goals, without understanding who you are and what you want to actually have in life, you're not going to understand what to do. So this, for me, allows me to work towards and reach my goals if everything goes well with this. So let's just jump right into it. So the first thing we have on here is to invest in real estate using the BRRRR or another method. So BRRRR is buy, repair, rent, refinance, repeat. Guys, so that's essentially what it is. It's been a popular method in real estate and acquiring real estate properties and then making money with them, right? Because that's the goal with real estate. So this is going to be a popular method that I plan to do. Let's say, for example, though, that BRRRR doesn't work whenever I get into real estate. then I'll just use another method, but that's highly unlikely. So that is going to be the first thing. Now with real estate is the key to lots of people's wealth. Lots of millionaires have been created by real estate. If you look that up, it's a pretty common fact, but that's simply the truth. Real estate is never going to go away. It's honestly something that is now becoming slept on, if I'm going to be honest, because so many people are into online money making frenza, right? That I used to be so absorbed with. But real estate is kind of for the more mature people who are starting to understand like this is going to be slow. It's going to be a slow process, but it's going to allow me to over time build up a collection of properties that are going to be generating me recurring revenue, as well as just the property itself is going to increase in value. And that's just a beautiful thing with real estate. Real estate will allow you to grow generational wealth, but your dropshipping store is not. So the next thing, this is personal for me. Like I said, I'm just sharing you my plan, but maybe if you have your own personal brand, you could take something off of this. So my goal with this, in order to become wealthy, is to constantly put forth content within my personal brand, and this is different forms of content. So like for right now, I want to incorporate YouTube Shorts, which I'm probably going to make a YouTube short off of this video. I want to monetize my personal brand with a digital product. So what that means is I want to create a course. I want to create some sort of information that can be purchased online. And you probably like stop right there. I thought you said like courses are bad, right? That people are just trying to sell fake things. Well, I want to sell sincere products. There's people out there who are going to be selling sincere things. There's also going to be people out there who are selling dreams, okay? But if you want to sell a sincere, real product, a digital product, then you can go out there and make lots of money with it. And it would just make no sense to grow up a following and not monetize that following, because that's what lots of people are doing. That's, if you're doing a personal brand, you'd be dumb not to. So that is going to be a way that I can earn money. But first of all, I have to establish credibility, and I have to actually gain knowledge and expertise in something that I can sell information on, if that makes sense. So then going after that, we have store money away into Roth IRA, crypto, gold stocks. So I have money in a Roth IRA, I have money in crypto, and I have money in stocks. I don't have money in gold. I have a little bit of silver that my uncle gifted me. It was like a silver coin. It's worth like $35. But with these four things, probably more, right? This will allow me to take a little bit of my money that I make from whatever, right? Maybe it's my personal brand, maybe it's my job, and store a little bit of it away into all of these things. Because what this allows is it allows me to have a diverse set of assets, with some being riskier, so crypto, and some being not risky, such as Roth IRA, right? So it allows me to put my money in different places that allows me to steadily grow my net worth in the safest way possible, because diversifying is going to be what makes you lots of money. And a lot of people will tell you just to not put your eggs in one basket, and that's why I'm putting my money into different things. And then jumping right back into kind of just putting our money away, I'm going to be talking about saving cash in high interest accounts. So what does high interest accounts mean? Well, currently I have my money I have in my savings. I have it in a local bank, and it's around 0.1 or 0.01 interest I'm earning every year, which let's say I take 1,000 and I apply that 0.1 or 0.01 interest. That's like a cent. Okay. So it's not going to be making you much money at all. Okay. So what you want to do, and what I'm going to be planning on doing, is to, instead of putting my cash that I'm saving up for, whether it's for emergency, a down payment on a rental property, or whatever it is, if I'm saving up cash and just storing cash away, I want to put it in high interest accounts. So whenever I eventually open up my own bank account, under some institution, I'm looking for an institution that's going to allow me to park my money in a place where I'm earning, let's say, 5 to even 10% interest. Because then instead I'm earning, let's say, $1,000 per $1,000. I'm earning $150 to $100, which is significantly more than a cent to a dollar. So these next two things are tied together, so I'm just going to cover both of these. And this is, like I said, more personal to me. This is to go to college and get a bachelor's degree in finance, then join a job where you can learn how to start a finance business. I don't really know much about finance businesses, but I know guys who have gotten into finance. These are older dudes, 40, 50 years old, who have then opened their own finance business, so a finance firm where they're managing assets of companies, clients, whatever it is, right? And so my plan is to get into a company where that is the case, where they're managing, you know, assets of clients and all that, so I can see the inner workings of the business and I can open my own.
And that concludes my plan, guys. It was a pretty simple plan, yet you can see that compared to what a lot of people are going to be telling you on YouTube, that it differs in length of obtainability. So the length of attainability for me to do all of these things is around, like I said, 5 to 10 years plus. 5 years at the very minimum. Okay. With that in mind, it's just very interesting to see how my goals have fluctuated. I used to want to be a millionaire by the age of 16 years old. And when that didn't happen, I was like, all right, we're going to be a millionaire at the age of 18. And what I did was I bounced from the get rich quick stuff here and there and here and there. It's not like I'm just saying this to be that type of old guy, who no one really messes with, but I've been in this digital learning stage. This is still pretty new, the digital learning or digital information that we have access to. And I've been around it for 4 years, and I kind of start to see, I weed out what works and what doesn't through just understanding. And, what a lot of guys are going to think, and it really sucks to see, is that they get wrapped in this idea that they're going to become wealthy in 3 months. It's just not how things work, right? You got to take a long amount of time, a lot of hard work in order to reach these goals of yours. And it can't just be very easy in 3 months. And even if it is, what does that teach you? What are you going to do with that money? You have to learn. You're going to have strong ties to money that you make if you've worked hard for it rather than you just coming across it. If you come across it, you're probably just going to throw it away. That's just not what we want to happen. So that was my realistic path to becoming wealthy, at least by the age of 30. And, it's pretty interesting to see how everything will go. Obviously, it's going to be documented on this channel. Everything that I just mentioned, I will be doing I'll be working towards daily. So it's going to be interesting to see that. But that's pretty much wraps up this video, guys. I hope you did take something from this video, whether it be that we all have different, goals. We all have different incomes that we want to achieve. All of us aren't just wired to go the maximum that we want. Don't listen to other people. Listen to yourself and what you want out of life. And that's going to be the best thing for you, because that's going to guide you in the right direction of doing things that will get you to your specific goals. And then finally, just understand that it's going to take you a long time to become wealthy in today's world, and one of the best ways to do that is just preserving your wealth and slowly building and getting into things that give you recurring revenue, such as real estate or opening a business, and a real solid business that's providing value for others and isn't just a quick cash grab, a business that can, cover your kids. So that is something that I think would be two takeaways, I would say, for this video. But it was really fun making this video, and I think it's one of my best content wise videos in terms of the quality of what I'm saying. And I think it was a pretty good video. So I hope you guys liked it. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace.